May you taste the colors of sunset. May you touch the chorus of dawn. May your eyes turn toward the beauty even when it's physically gone. May you weave a path of blessing through ecstasy and grief. May you tend the flame within you. May you always feed it with belief. May you find yourself in strangers and meet them within you. May you trust that we are all windows that the world is peering through. May you linger in each moment, receiving with your heart the gift of possibilities that simple presence can impart. May you become a portal to the love behind your toil. May you become a silence within the world's turmoil. May the prayers that grow within you bloom in many lands. We are woven of connections, and peace is in our hands. I know who's going to steal the show today. It's not going to be me. And I think Nana would be just okay with that. When this is over, may we never again take for granted a handshake with a stranger, full shelves at the store, conversations with neighbors, a crowded theater, Friday night out, the taste of communion, a routine checkup, the school rush each morning, coffee with a friend, the stadium roaring, each deep breath, a boring Tuesday, life itself. When this ends, may we find that we have become more like the people we wanted to be, who we were called to be, who we hope to be, and may we stay that way, better for each other because of the worst. About 8 months-ish ago, I think your family thought you had the worst. Many of you got a text message or a phone call regarding JoEllen's beloved baby sister, Penny. No one ever thought that you'd be here a couple months later having the oldest of the clan. And yet here we are. I have to pause for a moment and smile because I think of the two of them together. Yeah, a lot of people are like, woof. But the fact that you are all gathered again for this, I'm going to give you a real technical term now. So if you need me to explain it later, I'm happy to. It's pretty deep. But the term is this sucks. I don't have an Undertaker word. Yeah, oh man, I'm in trouble now. Uncle DJ does not want you to use that word.
Too late.
Too late. But I don't have a word to make this better. Yeah, I feel good because I know that JoEllen and Penny are together. I know they're smiling, laughing. But this sucks because of all the things that we wanted them to do with us and for us. And my argument, my challenge to all of you today is to just keep your hearts and minds open to what you're going to hear. And I hope that you realize that they still are with us. They still are guiding us. They still are telling us. But please don't mistake the fact that it's going to not be painful. It's going to be very painful. And I wanted to start really with a quote by Rumi. Many of you have read Rumi, a wonderful poet, philosopher, and this was a conversation, and it goes, I said, what about my eyes? He said, keep them on the road. I said, what about my passion? He said, keep it burning. I said, what about my heart? He said, tell me what you hold inside it. I said, pain and sorrow. He said, stay with it. The wound is the place where the light enters you. A lot of you have some pretty big wounds right now. Stuff that no paramedic can fix. No EMT either. But that very wound can be the source of your greatest triumphs, of your greatest accomplishments, if you let the good stuff come in that way. And as you will understand by the end of this little commentary, that's a choice you each can make. You can choose to not let it go that way, or you can choose to let all the good stuff, it's another technical name, the good stuff, that was, that is, and that will continue to be, come flooding through. That's a choice that we all have to make. Let us agree for now that we will not say the breaking makes us stronger, or that it is better to have this pain than to have done without this love. Let us promise we will not tell ourselves time will heal the wound, when every day our waking opens it anew. Perhaps for now, it can be enough to simply marvel at the mystery of how a heart so broken can go on beating, as if it were made for precisely this moment. As if it knows the only cure for love is more of it. As if it sees the heart's sole remedy for breaking is to love still. As if it trusts that its own persistent pulse is the rhythm of a blessing we cannot begin to fathom, that will save us nonetheless. I again want to welcome all of you who are watching with us virtually. The tough part about life nowadays is that it's not like we're born, raised, and died in the same town, although the White House Burnses may be an exception. But we get all over the place. We get scattered all over the globe, and this is the one thing about technology I love, is that we can bring you all here in this spot with us today. And I would encourage all of you who are watching virtually to please go to our website when you get a chance and share some JoEllen stories that you didn't get a chance to physically tell her children today. Write them down, put them in an email, get them on a card, mail them to me, I'll get them to the kids. They deserve to hear your stories as well. So please don't let the camera or the distance take you from physically being with us in your own personal way today. As John Donne wrote, because I am involved in mankind, and therefore I never pretend to know for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. On January 17th, 2024, these two kids woke to the news that nobody ever wants to hear. Again, still reeling, and reeling is a good word, from the death of their beloved aunt not that long ago. Brothers and sisters trying to understand how the matriarch, right, of this big clan and the baby who they were supposed to take care of could now just be gone in a text message and in a phone call. Hey, it doesn't make sense. My job today is not to try to explain to you who JoEllen was. You know that. You know that crazy Nana who loves you and would love that hat today. Right? That Nana who was at all your games, who was at all your princess parties, who was there to listen and give her son the advice that he needed at just the right moment, who was there to tell her daughter that no matter what happened, it was going to be okay. And it was. Every time it was. Because you know JoEllen better than that. I don't need to explain how all those kids who got on her bus every day didn't just get driven to school, but they got some life lessons in between. Because she was the Nana to all of them. I see a lot of you shaking your heads because you get it. So I don't need to go through all of that. Like you got that part. So then what am I here for? I'm here to give what I think would be the lesson that this matriarch, that this mama, that this Nana, that this auntie, that this sister, sister-in-law, that this friend, I think would want you to hear. Because as I look back at kind of her life and I listened to everybody telling me the stories, it kind of became pretty clear that JoEllen was able to cut through the noise. And isn't that what life is? A lot of noise? When you think about it, right? A lot of this superfluous stuff is just stuff. That's why, for those of you who are watching, there's a beautiful picture of a horse here, and it says, "Ask me to show you poetry in motion, and I will show you a horse." As I said to the grandkids before, Nana didn't just see a pretty horse. She saw the majesty and the beauty of God's creation. She saw it differently than just a horse running through a field, which is nice, right? Makes for a pretty picture. But she went past that. She cut through the noise and saw the beauty of God's creation. There's a quote by the philosopher Viktor Frankl, and this is a little deep, but I'll make it quick. Between stimulus and response, there's a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. So something happens, and we react to it. I mean, that's essentially what that is. But in between that something that happens and us responding to it, we have a choice. There's that space. So you could come in here now, and between the stimulus of mom dying and you're reacting to it, you could choose to be miserable, nasty, angry, hateful, right? You have that choice. But is that mom? Of course not. So each of you has JoEllen in your hearts in a different way. And all I'm here to say is, I think if you stop and think about this woman with that cheesy grin that's in every single picture, even, I mean, there's not much that's too far off, right? If you stop and think about who she is, not was, but who she is and how she'll continue to be part of your life, I think if you put her in your space, this world will be a better place. This world will be the place that this Nana wanted for her grandkids. It will be the place that this bus driver made for her kids on a daily basis. We need to take all the good that still is and death cannot take, put it in the space, and make our actions to be a little bit more like JoEllen. And if we do that, I truly believe this world is going to be a little bit better. But we have to knock the noise down, focus a little bit more. Exactly. And let the love, the compassion, all the things that you know her to be, let those take over and guide us until we see her again. We wanted to set a time for some sharing of memories. And as I always tell anybody, this is a room of love. You can't say anything too bad unless your name is Alan. Cue laughter. But in all seriousness, we want anybody to come up and share from their heart. You can't say anything wrong. All I ask is that when you come forward, you kind of stay at this podium because the microphones will pick you up for the many people who are watching us. Just let everybody know how you knew JoEllen or how you knew a member of the family. And then just speak for a moment or two from your heart. Who would like to go first? Aunt Hope, come on up.
Myself together here. Greetings. My name is Hope, one of JoEllen's siblings. I am very overwhelmed with the love and support that I feel and see in this room from all of you. JoEllen is my older sister. She was born in Bayonne, New Jersey, and we moved to White House Station in our younger years. I can't see. We had a lake by our house, and we explored the lake together. We did a lot of time together down there. We went fishing, boating, and ice skating in the winter. We looked up to JoEllen. She was more than a sister, but a good friend, a listener, giving me encouragement. Being my role model, I learned what not to do and what to do to stay out of trouble. I cherish the memories that I had in my heart, and wherever a beautiful soul has been, there's a trail of memories. Thank you, JoEllen, for being such a good sister and inspiration to all those you touched in life. Saying goodbye will never be easy. I'll always love you. And I have a poem from an unknown author. The moment I realized my sister had died, my hands cradled my face, and I frantically cried. Why did this happen? How could this be? She has so much to live for, we could clearly see. My heart simply dropped. I felt the sharp pain. My tears fell instantly, like a severe August rain. I was truly lucky to have a sister like her. Countless others nod and concur. I will miss her talks, her comforting voice, and random moments we mutually rejoice. Rest in peace.
Thank you so much, Hope. Who would like to come next? I know, they get hard to follow. Who else would like to come? Anybody back there we missed?
So I have something here that my Aunt Emily wrote, and she wasn't sure she'd be able to get through it, so I'm going to give it a try. We'll see how I do. JoEllen, the oldest of 7, someone you looked up to and knew you could always count on. JoEllen was our rock. She knew if it was around, you knew if she was around, everything would be okay and go smoothly. She had such a sense of calm that radiated while in her presence. She was such a beautiful soul. Fun-loving, caring, and unbelievably talented, her decorating and sewing skills were second to none. She made bridesmaids' dresses, flower girls' dresses, prom dresses, as well as awesome Halloween costumes for her family and friends over the years. She could make something out of nothing. She loved clothes and had a keen sense of style. And this was always great for me, who as a teenager would steal her clothes and then get them back in her closet before she noticed they were missing. Just so you knew, she always knew. She told me. She was like, I always knew when they stole my clothes. JoEllen was an amazing daughter, mom, sister, grandmother, and friend. She dedicated her whole life to her children while they were growing up, from football practice and dirt bike races to cheerleading and horse shows. As she got older, her pride and joy grew to envelop the love she had for her grandchildren, who certainly loved her back dearly. She was looking forward to meeting her newest grandson, Magna. We were planning a trip to Florida in the fall. Sadly, he will never get to know his amazing Nana. She's going to be missed by so many. It's hard to picture how life will go on without her. In a way, I guess it doesn't. She will live in our hearts and wonderful memories. Much love, Emily, the middle child. I have to disagree with you, though, Aunt Emily. I know he might not get to know Mom, but he's going to know her love because she's always going to be there. And she's going to know him through Dell and through Megan and through all of us. And I think that, you know. Okay, so I started writing something. I threw it away like 4 times because I hated it every time because I felt like it didn't capture everything that my mom was. And I realized that that didn't matter. So I just wanted to start by thanking everybody for coming, because I know that just seeing everybody here, friends, family, people we haven't talked to in so long, just knowing that you guys are here for her family and the people she cared about the most would have meant the world to her. Because at the end of the day, the most important thing to my mom was all the people in her life. Like, yeah, she loved clothes and she loved to go shopping and she loved to adventure and hike and do crazy things like go ziplining in Hawaii. But it was always the family that she came back to. It was always her father and her mother. And I know she's up there with Grandpa right now, and they're probably listening to Brandy and eating his favorite candy and hanging out with everybody. And she would just be so happy that you guys are all here. I'm really excited. I got through this without sobbing. So, thank you guys all so much for coming. It means the world. Friends I haven't seen in ages, family. You guys are all so special. And you guys made today really special for all of us. I know my brother and I are really thankful that you guys all came. Okay. So, thank you. What? I did it.
You want your brother to come?
I'll go with you. It's okay.
Okay. You good? You do? You want to stand up here with me? Mommy will come too. All right. Why don't you stand right up here? You could tell everybody or you could tell Nana, whatever you want.
You want to tell Nana? You want to tell everybody how much you love Nana? Yes, you know you love Nana so much. Good job, baby. You good? Come on, sweetie.
Good job. Let's give her a big round of applause. That's pretty brave to get up in front of everybody. She's got her Nana's braveness. And her Nana's style, too, with that pretty dress and the boots that light up. I think that if there were boots that lit up way back, well, I don't want to say way back when, because I'm from that generation too, but I think JoEllen would have had them, right? That's why we had to pick that picture, even though her head was kind of blocked off. I mean, you got to admit, she was styling. Every picture, she was styling. So I can see why you stole your sister's clothes. Would anybody else like to share? I know that's a hard one. Joyce, you want to come up?
As long as I don't have to go up there.
Whatever you want. Just, I want to get you in front of the mic, so let me bring that to you.
No, I'll go.
You'll come up.
So JoEllen was like third mama. That being said, we had chores, and one of those was helping with the horses. Becky had to be instructed not to walk the horse like a dog.
This was my first encounter walking a horse.
She got the nice horse, so I wanted to be an example. And JoEllen was a mess around and find out yourself kind of mom. So I tried to be in the most loving way, and we loved her for it because I tried to instruct Becky on how to properly walk a horse, and I had Sweet Pea, and Sweet Pea promptly bit me in the butt, and JoEllen was the I told you so, and well, you found out. But it was a third home for both of us. And we love her for that.
Growing up any other way.
Thank you, guys. You guys were lucky. You had the cool mom. There's always the cool mom in the neighborhood, and we've actually had a few people share, as they called me to find out times and stuff, share very similar sentiments. So thank you, ladies, for your words. Would anybody else like to share anything from their hearts? I know it's going to continue to be difficult, and I know there are a lot more memories, and these three deserve to know more about the JoEllen that you knew. So as we get a little bit of distance in time and you can kind of clear your brains a little, I would encourage all of you to write down some of those memories, write down some of those stories, put them in a form that the kids can make a little scrapbook for the next generation, because it does make a difference. Hearing those stories, knowing that somebody's life has meaning and value does make a difference. So please, as the weeks and the months continue on, please continue to share those memories. Exactly. So as I was thinking about how to conclude today, two things kind of popped into my brain. One was a message for all of us. And then one was, of course, a message directly for her grandkids and her great nieces and nephews, who she loved just as much as her grandkids. So if you'll indulge me a little bit, because I really think she'd want to get that Nana lesson across one more time. So for all of us, the lesson is pretty simple. It's to fill our space with hope. And there's a quote by Nikki Banis, and it says, "If you only carry one thing throughout your entire life, let it be hope. Let it be hope that better things are always ahead. Let it be hope that you can get through even the toughest of times. Let it be hope that you are stronger than any challenge that comes your way. Let it be hope that you're exactly where you're meant to be right now and that you are on the path to where you are meant to be. Because during these times, hope will be the very thing that carries you through." And if you think about it, think about all the tough stuff that happens to us. If we can put a little bit of hope, if we can put some of JoEllen's love, her resilience, her strength, her tenacity, her tough love, learn it by getting bit in the butt by a horse mentality, we can put that in that space before we react. Maybe, just maybe, we'll react a little bit better. Maybe we'll react in a way that makes this world a place that she wanted her grandkids to inherit. not a bad way to live. And then for the three of you guys in particular, plus Penny and all of her, not Penny, but what? Yes, I know. I'm hungry too. But for all the great nieces and great nephews and all that next generation that I don't think is deprived, because I think she's with them, as you said, in ways we can never comprehend. But I want to read you this, and I think that this is Nana telling you guys what you can do, what you can be, and what she wants you to never forget. So I know I don't have Nana's cool blonde hair. I don't know how to dress like Nana because she was too cool. I know I don't have Nana's awesome voice. But if you can pretend that I'm Nana for a minute, I think this is what she would want you to hear. And this is by the poet Ashish Ram, and it's entitled The Power of One. One song can spark a moment. One whisper can wake the dream. One tree can start a forest. One word can herald spring. One smile begins a friendship. One moment can make one fall in love. One star can simply guide a ship at sea. One vote can change a nation. One sunbeam lights a room. One candle wipes out darkness. One laugh will conquer gloom. One step must start each journey. One word must start each prayer. One hope will raise our spirits. One touch can show you care. One voice can speak with wisdom. One heart can know what's true. One life can make a difference. You see, it's simply up to you. If the three of you live knowing that you can do anything, that you can be anything you want to be, by simply being nice to other people, by loving other people, by being open and honest and genuine, you can change this world. And know that Nana's walking beside you and guiding you in every single step you make and you will make soon enough. Ray Bradbury in Fahrenheit 451 wrote, "Everyone must leave something behind when he or she dies," my grandfather once said. A child or a book or a painting or a house or a wall built or a pair of shoes made or a garden planted. Something your hand touched, some way your soul has somewhere to go when you die. And when people look at that tree or that flower you planted or that kid you raised, you are there. I can think of no truer words based on all that I see each and every day. And I'm smiling right now because JoEllen is everywhere. She's not going anywhere. Yeah, it hurts. We can't see that quirky smile in the physical sense. But I challenge all of you to close your eyes right now. And I want you to picture her in front of you. I want you to see that quirky smile right in front of you. I want you to think of that time with you and JoEllen that you will never forget. I want you to feel those very feelings that you felt then and feel now. I want you to hear her laughing. I want you to feel her hug around you, telling you it will be okay. I want you to let the noise out of your minds. I want you to tell her in your own way how you are going to keep her legacy alive and how you are going to make sure that her grandchildren know who she is. I want you to feel her hug once more as we open our eyes and come back together in this place where time is not our enemy, but rather we own it. Again, on behalf of Morgan and Dell and their families, I can't thank you all enough. I've been hearing since that fateful morning all the texts, all the phone calls, all the genuine love that is making her pause from hanging out with Dad right now to look and to smile on all of us. She is so grateful for everything that all of you have done for her children and grandchildren especially. And I don't need to tell this crowd that I know it will continue long after this day is over. And that 3-4 months from now, hell, 3-4 years from now, when you're doing what you do, going about your daily day, and you stop and you think about JoEllen just because, that you're going to pick up your phone and you're going to call one or two of them and you're going to say, hey, I was just thinking about your mom and I wanted you to know, because guess what? You will not upset them because they're thinking about her too every single day. So please do not think that by saying her name, you're going to get them upset. As a matter of fact, what's going to get them upset is if they don't hear from you. Keep her name the household word that it always was and should continue to be. You can't go too far. And if you do, they'll tell you. And that's okay because they'll still love you. But I don't think that's going to happen. They want to hear her name being said. So I'm begging you, keep her name on the tip of your tongue and tell the stories. Tears are good. They'll be replaced with laughter through time. That's all time does. So as I was thinking about how to conclude our time, it had to be something that would give JoEllen's picture on life. It had to be something that would let you walk out of here stronger than when you came in. It had to be something that made you walk out of here thinking about other people. It had to make you walk out of here thinking about how you yourself are unique and special and worthy. And I found this and I said, yeah, this is JoEllen. This is what she would want us to hear as we go back out into a world not without her, but as a matter of fact, having her and Penny and all those who've gone before more a part of us than maybe they ever were. And I want to read the last line first. May the prayers that grow within you bloom in many lands. We are woven of connections, and peace is in our hands. May you taste the colors of sunset. May you touch the chorus of dawn. May your eyes turn toward the beauty even when it's physically gone. May you weave a path of blessing through ecstasy and grief. May you tend the flame within you. May you always feed it with belief. May you find yourself in strangers and meet them within you. May you trust that we are all windows that the world is peering through. May you linger in each moment, receiving with your heart the gift of possibilities that simple presence can impart. May you become a portal to the love behind your toil. May you become a silence within the world's turmoil. May the prayers that grow within you bloom in many lands. We are woven of connections, and peace is in our hands.